every day in the gym. And by 9th grade, I started in 7th. By 9th grade, I was the #1 player in the country.
You always had the handle?
So this how that happened. So like I said, I told you the people I watch. I'm watching Melo and I was always a fan of basketball. I just didn't play.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, and I never was like, I want to be, the still big and jump. I ain't trying to do none of that shit. I'm out here trying to look cool, nigga. Like, I ain't doing none of that shit. Boring ass shit, man. Like,
fuck a jump,
yeah, man, I ain't doing that shit. I'm trying to split the defense and bang out on the mother. Like, so when I would hoop, I just try shit. Like I said, this a rinky-dink ass. We ain't playing for shit. I'm just trying shit. And first time I do it, I may kick that bitch in the stands. Second time I do it, I may get to the rim and airball the layup. By the third time I'm doing it,
exactly what I'm doing.
I done got to the rim and banged out on your ass.
So that's how the
So I'm like, okay. So the confidence just grew, and I just try shit. Wow. Just keep trying. I go home, I'm watching the motherfucker do the motherfucking Steve Francis Reebok commercial. They dribbling off the wall and shit. Let me try this shit, man. I'm just trying shit, K.
Steve Francis got you at home dribbling off the wall.
Off the wall, bro.
Peter Paul said try it all.
So I'm just trying shit, and I'm getting good at it. So that shit just all came together for me.
Wow. By the time you get to Kentucky, you gotta...
I still don't believe it.
Really?
So I ain't ever told this story, but coming out of high school, I had a situation where it was a shorty saying, I had a kid by her, typical bullshit.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, one, I'm not even really believing this whole hoop shit like that. I'm #1, I'm top 5 in the country, all this shit. It's still not really clear to me.
Wow.
So I got this seed, and I'm like, I got my own little personal, internal thing stemming from my father. So I've always had the goal, like if I ever have my own seeds,
you want to be a certain way.
I'm gonna be different from what I experienced. That was a personal goal always through life, because that's something that fucked with me.
Right.
So, so I'm allegedly having this seed, and it's like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm gonna stay home, I'm gonna do right by little man.
Oh, wow.
So I'm on my official visit at Kentucky, and moms being moms, love her to death, she convinced me to get a DNA test. Because seed was here. I'm taking care of the seed living with me.
You're going.
And mom's, I'm falling in love with it. Mom's, that intuition, mom's being mom, she's like, you need to get a test. So as I'm walking through the doors of Kentucky, I swear to God, I die right now, I'm lying. I'm walking through the doors of Kentucky to go on my visit to meet Kyle. The doctor calls my mom's phone. My mom like, it's the doctor. She like, answer this real quick. Hello, like, come back like, yeah, it's not yours.
Oh, wow. Damn, you supposed to go do the visit like this?
Oh, I'm fucked up in that moment, but I'm like, man, look, I'll worry about that shit later. Like, I walk in there now, I'm like, I got a clear mind of like what I'm about to do. So it kind of started a fire in me. I'm like, yeah, Cal, I'm coming to Kentucky, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make this shit happen.
Oh, wow.
And, I handled that situation for what it was and moved on with my life. So at this point, I'm now at a new stage in my life with Kentucky. I'm still not confident. I'm coming in, I ain't on no draft boards and no shit like that. Like, I had my, rough history throughout high school. I'll speak on that on another time, but, it's already kind of a stigma about me. And at this point, I still don't know how to be a professional. Shit, I don't even know how to really be a collegiate athlete. I'm just going with the flow. Like I said, I'm learning through trials and tribulations. I still don't have this person I can call like, hey, how I need to do this? So who I learned from? I learned from my roommate, John Wall. So I'm looking at how John Wall carry himself. I told him this when we were in Houston. I told him that we was having a little, guys, I'm rapping. I'm like, Five, I ain't never told you this story before. So I'm like, man, I learned from you on how to prepare myself for this next level. And, Five had a little team around him, to, prepare him for that next level. So
structure.
We roommates, as they would come see him and shit, I'm just taking in the information. I'm like, okay.
And John Wall's a big deal in high school, coming in.
He number one pick.
Right.
So, you know, it's a little team. You know how this
Put
shit
it
go.
around it. They put that structure around it.
Exactly. So I'm just,
Falling there.
okay, I need to go work on this. All right, bet I'm gonna go work on my shit too then. So everything Five did, and I watched how he carried himself just with the media and the fans, and I'm like, okay. So I'm just taking in the shit I can.
That's what's up.
Man, by the end of the year, they like, man, top 5. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. So I'm like, shit.
New money.
Yeah,
New money.
I'm thinking that, but I'm just like, bro, I don't even know if I'm ready. Like, they think I'm still not confident enough to be like, I'm ready.
What was it? You just knew your flaws?
My flaws, all I ever heard in my life was my flaws. You know what I'm saying? Only the people close to me was the ones telling me how great I was. In life, all I heard was my flaws.
Gotcha.
So that shit destroyed my confidence as a young puppy.
Wow.
So I had to find like I said, through my trials and tribulations. So with that, it's like, okay, you top 5 picks. So I had the conversation with Kyle. And in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna come back to college. I'm gonna do it one more year. And then, you know, you kind of, well, you don't know. You don't know, you came straight out. But you kind of, you know, fall in love with it. This was the first time, like, I enjoyed playing basketball. I felt loved. I felt like I could be Kentucky, like, put me in a place of just, like, what's the word? Like, just, it was a peaceful environment. I could just be myself. I wasn't being judged. They enjoyed me for, like, all the positives I was looking for in life.
That's what's up.
So I'm like, man, I want to stay here. Man. Like, I'm trying to win a championship, all this shit. So I hollered at Five. I'm like, man, what you think about staying? I'm thinking about, you know, Joakim Noah and them, the Floyd. Five was like, nigga, please.
We out.
Man, I'm going to the league. I'm like, all right, well, okay, I bet. So let me go back to the drawing board. I had a conversation with Kyle. I'm like, Kyle, I'm thinking about coming back. And this was, me and Kyle conversation, this is end of the year joint, this is end of the year meeting. And our conversation lasted about 3 minutes. So I'm like, I'm thinking about coming back. Kyle was like, all I got to say is, he was like, if you want to take care of your family, you're going to leave. If you want to take care of my family, you're going to stay.
Oh, wow.
Appreciate you.
Oh,
everything you did for me, Kyle. I see you in.
Damn.
That was our conversation.
Man, that was gangster. Damn, that was gangster.
Went on, moved to the next phase.